would think that people would take a step back given the kind of blowback seen from practicing Hindus, from political parties, but far from it. The controversy that was sparked by the End Sanatan call given last week has now turned into a full-blown political wildfire. Adding even more fuel to this was DMK leader A. Raja. Adding to the Sanatan slander vocabulary, he went on to call it a social disgrace, taking it up a notch from comparisons drawn earlier to dengue and malaria. A. Raja said that Sanatan Dharma is even worse, like HIV and leprosy. First, listen in to how people have been trying to outdo each other in comparing Sanatan Dharma to diseases.
Udhayanidhi Stalin அவர்கள் மென்மையாகத்தான் சொன்னார், மலேரியா போல டெங்கு போல ஒழிக்க வேண்டும் என்று. மலேரியாவுக்கும் டெங்குக்கும் சோசியல் ஸ்டிக்மா இல்ல, அது ஒரு அருவருப்பா சமூகம் பார்க்காது. அருவருவாக பார்க்குற ஒரு சனாதனத்தை சொல்லணும்னா முறைப்படி ஒரு காலத்தில் தொழுநோய் இருந்தது, இப்போ HIV இருந்தது. எங்களை பொறுத்தவரை HIV தொழுநோயை போல HIV போல சமூக அவலம் நிறைந்த ஒரு நோயாகத்தான் நம்ம பார்க்கிறோம்.
Any religion which does not give you equal rights, does not treat you like humans, is not a religion. So it's as good as a disease.
Hindu Dharma, ಯಾವಾಗ ಹುಟ್ಟಿತು, ಯಾರು ಹುಟ್ಟಿಸಿದ್ರು ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆ ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ, ತೆಗೆದಿಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್.
ಒಂದು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಬಿಚ್ಚಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬರ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು.
Put on a sticky wicket by leaders in its own alliance and on the mat by an extremely aggressive BJP, especially after the missive that came from the Prime Minister himself yesterday. Think tanks within the INDIA are trying to use semantics to shield themselves from the anti-Hindu tag. Earlier, parties like the TMC, the Samajwadi Party shied away from taking a clear stand, but today the Congress went so far as to say that we do not approve of this. Even MK Stalin, Udhayanidhi Stalin, both of them released statements saying that it is the BJP which is trying to twist the statement. It is the RSS, BJP, VHP combined which is trying to use it for their own politics and trying to paint DMK in particular and INDIA at large as anti-Hindu parties, when all they were doing is actually targeting regressive practices like casteism, like trying to deny certain people within the Hindu religion their rights. However, the BJP today also chose not to focus on the DMK, but asked of Rahul Gandhi, asked of the Congress, what is the reason behind their silence and whether INDIA has now decided to make Hindu hate a political platform.
मुंबई की बैठक में आपने क्या तय किया है कि हिंदू आस्था और हिंदुत्व को बदनाम करना है? पहले स्टालिन साहब के पुत्र ने बोला कि मलेरिया है सनातन, डेंगू है सनातन। आज ए राजा कह रहे हैं कि ये वही नहीं, ये तो कोड़ है, ये तो HIV एड्स है। आपके गृह मंत्री कर्नाटक के सवाल कर रहे हैं कि हिंदू धर्म कब आया, और आपके राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष के पुत्र खरगे साहब क्या क्या बोल रहे हैं, और आपके राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष का अपने पुत्र पर कोई कंट्रोल नहीं है।
The Indian National Congress has always believed in Sarva Dharma Sambhav, wherein every religion, every faith has its space. No one can treat any particular faith as less than another faith. There is no need to raise these issues because we know for a fact each one of our constituents also respects every religion.
मैं याद करवाना चाहता हूं इन सभी घमंडिया गठबंधन के नेताओं को कि सोच को रखे मुगल आकर चले गए, अंग्रेज आकर चले गए, सनातन था, सनातन है, सनातन रहेगा। और श्रीमान राहुल गांधी जी की नफरत की दुकान में जो नफरती सामान है वो एक घमंडिया गठबंधन के नेता बेच रहे हैं। एक के बाद दूसरा हिंदू समाज को, हिंदू धर्म को और सनातन धर्म को अपमानित करने का कार्य कर रहे हैं। ये देश कभी स्वीकार नहीं करेगा।
Not me, sir. Not me. Not Mr. Stalin. Not Mr. A. Raja. If you heard Mr. B.L. Santosh's statement day before, he said yes, there is an allergy. There is an allergy in the system, and just because the stomach is allergic, you don't cut out the head. Please ask him what allergy that is. What allergy he was talking about. Number one. Number two, Mohan Bhagwat ji today has given a statement saying yes, there has been social discrimination over 2,500 years. Yes, there has been inequality over 2,000 years being done by us. So please ask him who is us, what philosophy, what religion discriminated humans from being humans.
So the question now is the ploy to keep repeating attacks on Sanatan Dharma targeted at a certain vote bank by the DMK? Is the denial and the condemnation enough? The denial that has come from constituents of INDIA and the semi-condemnation that has come from the Congress? Or is this likely to result in a poll blowback? Guru Prakash, national spokesperson of the BJP, joins us along with political analyst JVC Sriram, Puhazh Gandhi, advocate and national spokesperson of the DMK, Lokesh Jindal, leader of the Congress, and Karuna Sagar, national spokesperson of the RJD. Let me start by asking you, Guru Prakash. TMC has said, Mamata Banerjee has said, we respect all religions. Samajwadi Party has said, we respect all religions. Today, even the Congress Party has said, we believe in Sardhar Sambhav, and no religion is superior or inferior to another. Yet the BJP continues to attack Rahul Gandhi's silence and say that Hindu hate is common to INDI. Why?
Padmaja, a very warm good evening to you and all my fellow panelists. We must understand a couple of things first. So, Mr. Rahul Gandhi's silence is a tacit approval. And Mr. Rahul Gandhi's party, we saw the spokesperson of the Congress party coming out and saying that we believe in Sarvadham Sambhav. Had that been the case, why is there a deep-seated history of minority appeasement related to the Congress party? We all remember 2007, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. If Sarvadham Sambhav is a reality, then why he had to say, इस देश के संसाधनों पे पहला हक मुसलमानों का है? सर्वधर्म संभाव होता तो आपने कहा होता इस देश के संसाधनों पे पहला हक देश की गरीबों का है, दलितों का है, शोषितों का है, पीड़ितों का है, वंचितों का है. Come to Samajwadi Party. Swami Prasad Maurya, the leader of Samajwadi Party, a beacon of social justice. What did he say? Hindu dharma to koi dharma nahi hai. What sort of insult? Swami Prasad Maurya has not meted out on Hinduism. But Mr. Akhilesh Yadav is silent. Whenever there is an opportunity to get a photo clicked, all of them will come together. But I want to ask them tonight, ये जो आपका फर्जी वाड़ा है, this is your hypocrisy, this is your dual standard, because you know for a fact the only one common thread, Padmaja, that unites the leader of India Alliance is their deep-seated hatred for Hindus on an everyday basis. नेता कौन होगा ये तय नहीं है, लेकिन नीति क्या होगी वो तय हो गया है. हिंदुओं को अपमानित करना है.
Okay, let's get started with the Congress on that.
10 करोड़ हिंदुओं को डेली बेसिस पे अपमानित करना है.
Past trend shows that this is but a symptom. The malaise is much deeper. According to the BJP, the malaise is Hindu hate, Lokesh Jindal, and yet Rahul Gandhi continues to remain silent.
Padmaja, there is a fundamental misconception which BJP has carried along all these years. It has failed to identify social reforms with those of religion. Congress has always stood for social reform, sir. We have always criticized social inequality, disabilities, discriminations, and which you have interpreted as some form of a war upon religion.
Really? Wasn't it the Congress that opposed abolition of triple talaq? I find it quite amusing. You sit here and talk about social reform and abolition of inequalities. You literally threw Shabano to the dogs. Then you oppose the abolition of triple talaq. And now you talk about social reform, Lokesh Jindal.
Padmaja, all these debates, they allowed me to go back in the past. And right now I'm just reading what Rajaram Mohan Roy stated once. He stated that to introduce a religion by means of abuse and insult is inconsistent with reason and justice. What he stated was that rationally and while you interpret a religion with reason, in the light of reason, and you carry out social reforms, it is not something that is against the principles of religion. And if you talk about the Hindu society, wait, allow me to complete.
Okay.
If you talk about Hindu society, it has had a history of social reforms going back to the 18th century.
What's that got to do with calling Sanatan Dharma leprosy?
Because no. That is something condemnable. I think almost all top brass in the Congress, they have criticized it.
No, but they haven't. That is the question being asked. That Rahul Gandhi spoke on everything, and rightly so, from what happened in Muzaffarnagar to what happened in Manipur. But it's been 4 days and he hasn't said a word about what has been said about Sanatan Dharma. And he, by the way, is the one who said that I am a Janeudari Brahmin. Surely a little bit about Sanatan Dharma, which he himself claims he practices, would be not too much to ask for?
I cannot hear. I'm so sorry. I cannot hear. Anything.
I will repeat myself. For somebody who claimed he is a Janeudhari Brahmin, an outright condemnation of Sanatan Dharma being likened to leprosy and HIV, is it too much to ask for?
I have lost connection.
I see.
I have lost connection.
I'm sure. I wonder if you're the only one who's lost connection. Let me bring in Mr. Puhazh Gandhi at this point. Mr. Gandhi, today the DMK, Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin, Mr. MK Stalin both said that we are basically talking about ills of casteism.
I've lost connection.
Yes, these are ills of casteism that we were talking about. Is this a basic disconnect in how Sanatan Dharma is perceived in Tamil Nadu, where you think the two are interchangeable? Sanatan Dharma is equal to caste discrimination, but the rest of India doesn't see it that way.
That is your perception, Padmaja. Sanatan Dharma, or what we call, or Manusmriti or Varnashrama, all three put together is nothing but the symbol of caste discrimination, which has plagued this country for more than 2000 years. And DMK and Dravidian movement are specifically founded in 1910 to fight against this evil practice of Sanatan Dharma, to protect the normal Hindus from the clutches of the Sanatavadis. It is just to democratize the Hindu religion.
Who are
I can tell a number
Hindus,
of measures which
just
the
to be
DMK
clear,
and Dravidian movement have taken steps to democratize Hindu religion.
Who are normal Hindus, according to you?
No.
Light ho payega.
Sir, who according to you are the normal Hindus? Since you said that you want to democratize Hindu religion and return it into the lap of normal Hindus, who are these normal Hindus?
Yes, now I am able to hear. The normal Hindus are the Hindus who are victimized by this caste discrimination. And let me also give one more example or one more statement. When you are talking about DMK and Dravidian movement as against the Sanatana Dharma, every social reform movement as against the Sanatana Dharma, every social reform movement formed for the last 2000 years is anti-Sanatanic. Be it Buddhism, Buddha is a reformer, he is anti-Sanatanic. Basavanna, who formed Lingayat community or Veerasaiva, is anti-Sanatanic. He is a Brahmin, he is an anti-Sanatanic. Dayananda Saraswati, who formed Arya Samaj, he made an earnest attempt to reform Sanatanam. Rajaram Mohan Rai, the founder of Brahma Samaj, he is anti-Sanatanic. Bhakti movement, that is anti-Sanatanic. Every movement is anti-Sanatanic because Sanatanam is an evil concept or ideology which has discriminated the Hindus, particularly in the name of caste and gender by birth. That is what we are objecting to. That is what our Minister Udhayanidhi is objecting to. That is what Mr.
So let's take
Raja
this a step further. When you say that normal Hindus are the ones...
for democratization of Hindu religion.
Okay, so the normal Hindus are the ones who are discriminated against. You are saying that would, I am assuming, be the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and OBCs. Is that what you're referring to? They are the normal Hindus?
Yes, we classified them scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and OBCs because they are discriminated against historically. And
so
this
who is discriminating against them? Who is discriminating against them?
Today. One second. Just give me 1 minute. Just give me 10 seconds.
Okay.
Just give me 10 seconds. And this particular discrimination has been rightly recognized by none other than the RSS chief, Mr. Mohan Bhagavat, today, who has categorically said, we have caste discrimination for the last 2000 years, which means he himself is rejecting Sanatana Dharma and accepting our position on Sanatana Dharma.
Okay, we will just come to Mohan Bhagavat in a second, but when you said that SC, STs, OBCs are discriminated against, they're discriminated against by who?
By Sanatanawadis who claims that Hindu religion belongs to us and Hindu practices belongs to us. No one other than these Sanatanawadis should enter temples.
But there is no separate caste called
people who are discriminating us against these normal Hindus.
There is no caste called Sanatanwadis. There are plenty of Dalits and OBCs who claim to be Sanatanis.
See, Padmaja, I know from where you are coming to. It's okay. I know from where you are coming to.
Where?
Let us not show under the carpet. The Hindu Brahminical practices are the Sanatana Dharma practices. Let us be very clear.
Then how do you share a stage with Mamata Banerjee? She's a Brahmin.
Hindus, and we are fighting for the rights of that 97% Hindus. And DMK is a reform movement which is in line with the Bhakti movement.
Okay.
And it is meant for democratizing Hindu religion and making it accessible to everyone irrespective of caste. We are not against any particular caste.
If you think, sir, that eradication of Sanatan is equivalent to eradication of the oppressors, is equivalent to the eradication of Brahmins, then you will have to get rid of two of your partners. Rahul Gandhi is a self-avowed practicing Janeudhari Brahmin. Mamata Banerjee is also a Brahmin.
We are not against Brahmins. Don't put the words. Let me put it. We are not against Brahmins. Even Brahmin women were victim of Sanatanic practices. When husband dies, when a Brahmin woman becomes widow, her head is shaved and abandoned in many places. And that has been fought against by Dravidian movement and made changes to Widows Remarriage Act. So we are not against Brahmins. Even Brahmins are victims of these Sanatanic practices within their own system. Let us understand that whole thing.
Okay, so you are trying to extrapolate Guru Prakash of Sanatan into Hindu religion. The DMK says for us Sanatan is synonymous with caste evils, which Brahmin women are subjected to, which Dalits are subjected to, which OBCs are subjected to, which scheduled tribes are subjected to.
Exactly.
Padmaja, I was patiently listening to my friends from the DMK and the Congress party, and there has been an incessant effort, an incessant attempt to equate Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin with the likes of Rajaram Mohan Roy and with the likes of Babasaheb Ambedkar. I find this comparison preposterous, number one. Number two, you speak of social reforms, you speak of ending discrimination. I think it was the Congress-led government, a Congress Prime Minister, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, who has opposed the recommendation of Mandal Commission on the floor of the House. It was the Congress party who insulted the first OBC president of the Congress party, Sitaram Kesri. For the first time, Padmaja, we have seen a woman from the Adivasi community reaching the highest constitutional office in the country now. And for the first time, we are seeing a powerful Prime Minister of country from an OBC community. Prime Minister Modi himself is not an upper caste. And in the imagination of my DMK friend, he is not a Sanatani. He is not an upper caste. He is not a Brahmin. But he himself is a person who has taken birth in a backward community. Number two, so you are talking of Ambedkar. Padmaja, my fundamental problem is the selective reading of Babasaheb Ambedkar. It was Babasaheb Ambedkar who said, I consider Sri Ramanujacharya, the paragon of Sanatan Dharma, as my guru. He has said, Ambedkar has said, and I quote, हिंदू धर्म में समता की दिशा में यदि किसी ने महत्वपूर्ण कार्य किया है तो संत श्री रामानुजाचार्य ने किया है और मैं उनको अपना गुरु मानता हूं. This is what Dr. Ambedkar had to say. Your idea of social justice, Padmaja, I have to make this very clear on your show tonight. You cannot attack Sanatan Dharma in the name of social justice. The foundational text of our Sanatan Dharma, Mahabharat. Who authored the Mahabharat? Maharshi Vedvyas. What caste is he from? Ramayana. Who authored the Ramayana? Maharshi Valmiki. What caste is he from? Sanatan Dharma belongs to all. More than 110 crore people of India belong to Sanatan tradition, and no force in the world, let me make this very clear, no force in the world, even if there are 1,000 Udhayanidhi Stalins, 1,000 A Raja, 1,000 DMK, they cannot even think of removing 1% of Sanatan Dharma.
Respond, Mr.
Sanatan
Gandhi.
is civilizational, Sanatan is eternal, and Sanatan is going to continue.
Let me ask the BJP spokesperson, what is he mean by Sanatan Dharma? Let him explain that. Which text in Hindu code or Hindu religion talks about Sanatan Dharma, and what does it mean? Explain it exactly, then we can make a debate on that. Because he is talking about Ramayana. Ramayana, let us also discuss about Shambhuga Vadan, the Shambhugan who is a Shudra who was beheaded by Rama for praying to the god, because Shudras are not even allowed to pray to the god. Is it not a caste discrimination? I can talk umpteen number of things in Mahabharata, the caste discrimination. So let us first understand what is Sanatana Dharma. Let the BJP spokesman outline that. Then
very interesting. Respond to this, Guru Prakash.
Everyone is saying.
No. My friend, अब सुनिए भैया, you have asked a question, then you should have the patience and the grace to listen to answers as well. भगवान राम ने शबरी के हाथों के बेर खाए. What caste did Shabri belong to? Was Shabri an upper caste? Shabri ke Ram, Jai Shri Ram. That is the slogan. That is the slogan which is reigning all across the country. What caste did Shabri belong to, my friend? Kevat Nishad, who played a phenomenal role in the Ramayana. What caste did Kevat Nishad belong to? So you cannot selectively quote verses from our civilization. You look at Mahabharata. What caste did Maharshi Vedvyas belong to? Are you aware of a community called the Ramnami community in Chhattisgarh? They have Ram tattoo inscribed all over their bodies. Last month, the month of Sawan, the Kavod Yatra.
What Ramayana talks about discrimination on women? What Mahabharata talks about?
No. You have asked the question, you should listen to it. You have asked the question,
I'll come back to you, Mr. Gandhi.
Listen, Mr. DMK, you have asked a question, you have to listen to it. Who is the permanent trustee of the Shri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra Nyas? Tell me. Kameshwar Chopal. What caste Kameshwar Chopal belongs to? He is a Dalit who is a permanent member at the Shri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra Nyas. Kameshwar Chopal, a Dalit, was the first person who laid the foundation stone of the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. How dare you call my Sanatan Dharma exclusivist? How dare you call my Sanatan Dharma as a supremacist? Sanatan Dharma belongs to all. Sanatan Dharma belongs to each and every segment of our society.
And Mr. Gandhi, let me actually quote to you somebody else who said, Sanatan Dharma stands for eternal truth, the way to live life, the conscience and being. Sanatanis have long withstood attacks by invaders to end their identity. They have not just survived but thrived. The country's bedrock is linked to Sanatan Dharma, and it stands for inclusiveness of all faiths and identities. This is not the BJP. This statement comes from a member of parliament of a party you share a stage with, the Shiv Sena. Your own allies in INDIA are not agreeing with your definition of Sanatan being interchangeable with casteism. Your own parties are not agreeing.
Their perception and their definition. They can have their definition, their perception. As far as we are concerned, DMK and Dravidian movement is concerned, we are very clear. We are for equality and creating an egalitarian society where women should not be discriminated, a person should not be discriminated on the basis of caste. You name it as Sanatana Dharma, or you name it as Manusmriti, or you name it X or Y, we are not bothered about it. We will fight against that evil practice.
You know, this is, I think, the most important crux of what you have said, and this is where I want to bring in JVC Shriram. Is it just a coincidence that the DMK brings up this whole issue of Brahmins being the oppressors versus others, brings up the issue of Ramcharitmanas, etc. Strangely, it is also echoed by Swami Prasad Maurya of the Samajwadi Party. Akhilesh Yadav does not check him. It is brought up by the Education Minister of Bihar, again talking about how Ramcharitmanas is against the OBCs and the Dalits. Is this an attempt to try and create a divide in Hindus, which will in the end be very beneficial for INDI? Look at each one of these parties. They depend on that vote bank, whether it be the DMK, whether it be the Samajwadi Party, whether it be the RJD, JDU. JVC Shriram.
So that's what they've been trying for the last 100 years. They've been trying for the last 100 years. Let me just put across a few facts here. In that same conference where Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin made all those statements, Mr. Veeramani, who is the head of the Dravidian Karagam, which is the parent organization, in the beginning of the statement, he said Sanatana Dharma is equal to Hindus. He said Sanatana Dharma is equal to Hindus. And now, after the backlash which the DMK has received in the last 5 days, now they are trying to twist Sanatana Dharmis, other Hindus, then now comes Brahmin, everything cat is coming out of the bag. And what kind of discrimination you are talking about? Who is discriminating? I want to ask the DMK spokesperson, who are the ones who are not allowing the Dalit bodies to be cremated along with the other Hindu bodies in the same crematorium in Tamil Nadu? It happens in every village. I can show you one village after another village. And that is not a practice observed by the Brahmins. It is observed by others. What action has the DMK government taken on it? When an excreta has been put into the well, which is where the water is consumed by the Dalits, what action did the DMK government do? Likewise, I can list upon one after another after another. And what is it they're talking about discrimination? There could have been discrimination 2000 years ago. There could have been discrimination even 200 years ago, 100 years ago. Now, when triple talaq is a gender discrimination against the Muslim women. Is the DMK party, what were their stance when that triple talaq was abolished by Shri Narendra Modi's government? What were they doing? They were saying, no, it is actually they are doing something for Muslims. Actually, Muslim women are being empowered by abolishing triple talaq. So their double standards is out. DMK has always thrived. When an anti-incumbency against the DMK government comes, what are the cards they take in their hands? Number one, anti-Hindi. Number two, anti-Hindus. And later they would say it is not anti-Hindus, it is anti-Sanatanis. And then they would say Sanatanis, nahi, it is anti-Brahmins. Then they would say 3% Brahmins. This has been the constant narrative.
Respond, Mr. Gandhi.
Let the DMK spokesperson answer to me these questions.
It is not about ideology, it is about pure politics.
Krishna went and
shrewd political calculation.
It is about pure politics.
Then let me ask a simple question to my friend in the political analyst JVC Sriram. So, was Basavanna did politics 1000 years before? He converted from Hindu. He is a Brahmin. Basavanna converted from Hinduism and started a cult called Veerasaiva or Lingayats because he is anti-Sanatanic. Was Dayananda Saraswati doing politics 500 years before? Dayananda Saraswati formed Arya Samaj to reform Sanatana Dharma. Was Raja Ram Mohan Rai playing politics?
Reforms happened subsequently.
He formed Brahma Samajam.
You are referring to a time which was 1000 years ago.
Likewise, Dravidian movement is also a reform movement. We want to reform the Hinduism so that...
Sir, you are calling for the eradication of a religion that has self-reformed. Nobody brought in a bill. Nobody forced the end of child marriage. Reforms happened organically.
One thing I have to say is, Sanatanam is not Hinduism. Sanatanam is not everything about Hinduism.
Okay, that is what you think sitting in Chennai. Let me go out on a limb and ask Karuna Sagarji. He joins us from the RJD. करुणा सागर जी, आप मुझे बताइए कि क्या सनातन का मतलब हिंदू है या सनातन का मतलब है कास्टिज्म, जातिवाद? What does Sanatan mean for you? Give me a straight answer.
You see, Sanatan Dharma has been there for thousands of years and is going to be there for thousands of years. And as some people pointed out, that there has been corrections in the Sanatan Dharmic traditions before BC, in middle century and 19th century. So there has been self-corrective mechanisms, and as far as we are concerned, we believe in inclusive politics. We believe in respect for everybody. In fact, 2 days back, my national president, Lalu Prasad Yadavji, went to Haryanath temple with his family and offered prayers in full media glare. So we have respect
That is wonderful. That is wonderful. I am asking you a different question. Is Sanatan synonymous with casteism, yes or no?
You see, when you take the broader context of the religion, the caste has been part of the religious system.
Sir, I also know what has been part and what hasn't. As of 2023, is Sanatan Dharma equivalent to and synonymous with casteism? Yes or no?
See, I said Sanatan Dharma has been there for a long time.
That I know, sir. That is not my question. My question is Sanatan Dharma synonymous with casteism? Yes or no?
Panja, the Sanatan Dharma started even when there was no caste system. And
which means you are saying that Sanatan Dharma is not synonymous with casteism.
But the caste system did come in the system.
I know, but as of 2023, is Sanatan Dharma synonymous with casteism?
Caste system forms part of the Sanatan Dharma.
Casteism and Sanatan Dharma are not equivalent to each other, are they? What is your answer, sir? आप गोल गोल क्यों घुमा रहे हैं? आप सीधे बताइए. DMK is very clear. They are saying that Sanatan Dharma is equivalent to casteism, which is why they have asked for its eradication.
No, you are trying to reduce a whole gamut of beliefs into just one system. I said Sanatan Dharma is there, the caste system also coexists. And that is why we have reservation.
But are the two the same? Are the two the same? Is Sanatan Dharma equivalent to casteism?
No, I said as far as the Hindu system is concerned, the caste is part of the Hindu tradition. And the same thing has been told by the Sar Sanchalak, Mr. Mohan Bhagwat. So everybody agrees. We can't say there is no caste system.
Nobody is arguing that, Karunaji. I am not asking you that question. Caste system hai. Caste system के खिलाफ law भी है. But my question to you is कि क्या ये कहना कि मैं जातिवाद खत्म करूंगा the same as मैं सनातन खत्म करूंगा? क्या ये दोनों same sentences हैं?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, there you have it, Mr. Gandhi. To say I will end Sanatan is not the same as I will end casteism.
He himself has admitted at one point saying that caste system is part of Sanatana Dharma. At some other point, he is saying caste system coexisted with Sanatana Dharma. We are not worried about what name it is given to. We are against caste system because, and secondly, let me also make one thing very clear. Read the text of DMK and Dravidian movement and don't bring anti-Brahmanism here. We are not against any caste, including Brahmins. We are against any system which discriminates a person by birth, be it gender or be it caste. That is our position. And we will continue to fight for that.
Okay, final word. Guru Prakash. Even if it is a lonely battle, the DMK is going to battle on. The question really is about how others are going to respond to it, maybe by distancing themselves. That is the weapon of choice of the Congress, the RJD, the Samajwadi Party, the TMC. We don't approve.
Padmaja, my friend from DMK was talking about Basavanna. From the land of Basavanna, we have Kanakdas. Kanakdas did not belong to any upper caste. Kanakdas is called the golden servant of Lord Hari. Kanakdas belonged to religious bhakti tradition. And he has written, O Lord of Lords, son of Vasudev, revered by the virtuous family deity of Raghu, kindly protect us forever. This is Kanakdas from the land of Basavanna, coming from a backward community, preaching about the Sanatan Dharma. Number 2, Virangana Jhalkari Bai. She was not born in an upper caste family. She was a Dalit woman who sacrificed her life for the culture, for the civilization, for the nation. So you have to understand, you cannot selectively do it. And I find it really laughable, Padmaja, when friends from DMK speak about egalitarianism, about representation, when the post of DMK president is specifically reserved for one family. One family. करुणानिधि जी जाएंगे तो स्टालिन आएंगे, स्टालिन जाएंगे तो उदयनिधि आएंगे. This is our idea of social justice. Look at the DMK president. The history of the DMK in itself shows that it's an exclusive family-based organization. And DMK of all the political parties, DMK of all the institution has no locus standi, has no moral authority to speak about social justice, egalitarianism and representation. DMK has to be the most exclusive organization in the history of Indian politics.
My friend is talking about dynasty politics. See, I can talk about dynasty. In BJP has got the maximum number of dynasts in the country. At least 50 or 60 member of parliament or chief ministers are who are ruling the states are from families. So the BJP does not have any moral authority. Even if you go to mythically, your Ramayana is a dynasty. It is what we call the Raghu Vamsha or Surya Vamsha, and Dasarathan from Dasarathan to Lord Rama to Lavakushan. So is it not a dynasty? And you are building a temple for it, for Lord Rama, and praising Lord Rama, and whereas in the open public you are talking about dynasty politics. See, let's not have double standards.
Mr. Gandhi, you're just making it very difficult for your namesake Rahul Gandhi to defend some of the statements that you are making. From calling Sanatan Dharma equivalent to casteism, now you have called Lord Ram a dynast and questioned why a Ram temple is being built. Lokesh Jindal and Karuna Sagar will be left carrying the can and trying to answer your extrapolations of how Lord Ram himself was a dynast. I'll give the final word to JVC Sriram. JVC Sriram, most people have agreed on one thing. For the DMK, this is a tried and tested political maneuver, in all likelihood going to pay off also. What about the others? What about an RJD or a JDU or a Congress? How are they going to explain this complex Periyar politics to people sitting in Muzaffarpur and Muzaffarnagar?
In the heartland of the Western India and even parts of Eastern India, DMK has actually scored a self-goal for the INDIA alliance, DOTS alliance. And another thing, I want to end this thing by asking one question to the DMK spokesperson. He would not answer, I know. He wants to end casteism. On the same day when Udhayanidhi Stalin made those statements, at Trichy, a senior DMK leader and a minister, Mr. K.N. Nehru, attends a conference or a program which was constituted by the Reddy community. Reddy community, it is a caste. And in that caste community, Mr. K.N. Nehru was the chief guest. Before the election, Kanimori attends a Nadar conference, and the same movie called Ive Ramaswamy, Nayakar in Telugu. In Tamil, the producer names it as Periyar. Across Gummidi-Pundi, when you go to Andhra Pradesh, it is named as Ivera Nayakar. So, for them, they want to divide Hindus in the name of caste and unite the minority people by speaking against the Hindu religion. This is the agenda of DMK, and it will hurt the Congress and other alliance partners. But what can Congress do? Dravida Congress in Tamil Nadu is relying on that 6 to 8 seats which the DMK gives. Otherwise, their number will go below 40. So, Congress has to live with DMK. That is why it has become Dravida Congress in Tamil Nadu.
Okay, we're going to leave it at that. Let the voters be the ultimate judge of it. Our job is just to put the facts out there. Thanks very much. October 15.